Good morning, everyone. This is Gail Dudley with your news in motion. Today is Thursday, December the 9th, 2021. And y'all, it is time for today's headlines. So, what we're going to do this morning is just wait till you start popping up in this room. When you come in, just say hello, say something that you're grateful for, say something that you're looking forward to as you're ending this year. We only have a few more days left. Well, I guess a little bit over, maybe 2 weeks left before we end this year. But come on in the room, just say hello and something that you're either grateful for, or you're looking forward to as this year is coming to an end. Now, if you are driving and listening by audio, just come back and touch base with us later on. But start thinking about some of those things. Now, shout some of them out as they begin to post them so that you can hear what some of the individuals are saying. Good morning, Katrina. Good morning. How are you? Good morning, Kimberly Graves. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. And if you're tuning in live, I want to say good morning to you. If you're tuning in later on in the day, either good afternoon or good evening to you, I'm just so grateful that you decide to spend some of your time with me. I see you, Marion, and my sister Patricia, my brother Louis Pryor. I see you, Rosanna. Yes, good morning to many of you. Some of you are in other time zones, so it could be later on in the afternoon for you. I've noticed that I've not been shouting out some of the people who are tuning in internationally. You are not forgotten. I see you. I know we send back and forth comments, whether through DMs or text messaging or emails, but I still want to acknowledge you on today. I see you, Demia. It was so great seeing you yesterday. And yes, y'all, we hugged. We had our mask on. It was okay. It was so great. Good morning, Donita. Good morning, Kenny Stanley. Good morning, Jeffrey Allen James. Good morning, Adrian. Good morning, John Gore. Good morning to you. Good morning, Davia. Yeah, y'all. Y'all, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Lori. Listen, y'all, I'm kind of like on some borrowed time. Let me tell you why. For some reason, I woke up I went to bed early, which was kind of strange. I woke up around 11:15, and then I stayed up. I stayed up praying until like 1:15. And then I got a text message from John late in the evening, like about 11, but I didn't see it until like 2:15 or 2:45. So then I was able to watch by video the link to the memorial service. So I watched that, laughed and talked with my husband. I fell asleep, y'all, like around 3:20. And the alarm, of course, the alarm clock went off at 4. So I'm kind of like geeked up. And I don't know what that was all about, but it was a beautiful night or morning or whatever you want to call it. It was absolutely beautiful. I see you, Deborah and Lori and Yvonne and Stephanie and Awana. What's up, girl? Um, and Pastor Antoinette and Riakas. Y'all, good morning to all of you. Y'all, again, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Y'all, the news cycle was kind of strange today, but I got some content that I'm going to be sharing with you today. You might want to grab your pen or pencil and paper, or your smartphone or your tablet or whatever, because I'm going to give you some content today. Good morning, Kim Edmondson. Good morning, Latrice Jones. Good morning, Diane Ladybug. Yeah, I'm so excited. It's a weird kind of pump, but I'm just pumped. All right, y'all, for those of you who have reached out to ask me about my mom, my brother and sister are on here as well. She's okay. I guess she's now tackling more blood clots. And she's at this space where we're trying to encourage her, got to get up, you got to do the physical therapy, do what the nurses and the physicians are telling you. And she's not really willing to be bothered with them. So y'all pray for us, because it's, it gets a little exhausting at times. So it gets a little heavy at times. So we don't know, but we're cheering her on, and we know God has her in the palm of his hands. Good morning, Regina and Mike. What's up? Yes, Demia tells you. Now, I'm not going to tell the whole story. It's Demia's story to tell. I'm putting this up here before we go into the intro. But, I'm glad I speak to everybody, okay? I'm just glad I'm that person. So I'm signing the guest book at John and Karen's mom's funeral. And I hear this person say, "Hey, Gail." I turned and I said, "Hey," but I had no clue. Remember, you got your mask on. We all had hats, coats, whatever. I'm like, "Hey." And then she comes up and I see her. I'm like, "Demia?" It's like, That girl was fly. Do y'all hear me? She was absolutely fly. Yes, she was. I did not recognize her at all, but she was fly. But anyway, I see you all coming up in here. So again, good morning to all of you. Yes, as my sister said, and this is really true, and I'm gonna give our family business like that, but pray our strength for real. Just pray our strength. Because we used to say, side note, we used to say things like, well, dad will be easy to take care of. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, Jesus, help us, please. And, I live the furthest. I'm just going to sidebar. Y'all, remember I gave y'all the definition of news, noteworthy information. This is noteworthy for those of us who are now parenting our parents, okay? So I live the furthest from everybody. And my parents are closer to my other siblings. Well, my sister Patch, we probably are the furthest from everybody else. My father will call me up and say, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm kind of like working. What do you need? Well, can you come by and just drop me off? I just need to go do such and such. For real? No, we're not going to do like that. You need to put a list together of what you need, and we will then come help you. So they called me yesterday, y'all. During the show, the phone was ringing. I forgot to put on Do Not Disturb because I've been leaving it on because you don't know what's happening. So I see it coming in. I'm like, whatever. He's going to call one of the other siblings, but he didn't. So I called him back, and I said, Dad, what do you need? This is what he said. I was trying to talk to your mother, but the phone disconnected. Can you check and see what's going on? Hello? She at the hospital? Did you call the front desk or did you call her back? No. Okay, Dad, I got it. I said, she's calling you right now. It's like, come on. But this is what we're dealing with. But it's all going to be okay. It is all going to be okay. All right, y'all. Y'all know what we do. We got to get this baby started. So let's go. Yes, news in motion, y'all. So let's get this news cycle started. And I'm going to just share with y'all in case y'all did not see what my sister wrote down. So y'all pray for us for real. She said, sidebar, finally sat down last night since I was by myself and I cried out loud and I am still crying inside. Woo, parents are a lot. I'm telling you, they're a lot. But that's what's happening. That's what's going on with the Dudley and the Pryor family. My maiden name is Pryor. So when you see Patricia Pryor, or you see Patricia Lyles, Lewis Pryor, that's our maiden name is Pryor. So y'all, let's get this news cycle started. Axios reports, get this, y'all, January 6th committee to vote on recommending contempt charges against Mark Meadows. I told y'all yesterday how Mark Meadows now is back, like, I'm not going to cooperate. He's the former Trump chief of staff. He halts cooperation. He's like, I ain't doing that. Now, y'all, this is laughable. It's sad, but it's also very true. CBS News reports, as well as Politico and NPR and AP and News in Motion. Let's put them all out there because we all got the news at the same time. Mark Meadows has now sued to have the subpoenas nullified. What? You just gonna tell people they ain't gonna bring you to court? What world do we live in now? Yeah. The former White House chief of staff, Mark Meadows, is suing House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and the members of the House January 6th committee. Dude, seriously, you really think? Okay, yeah. So y'all, the lawsuit was filed on yesterday. He asked the federal court in Washington, D.C. to nullify subpoenas, not just him, but everybody else's. What? Yeah, okay. Issued by the committee for Meadows and others, testimony and his iPhone records, which are held by Verizon. Meadows, who is a former, as y'all know, former president, you know who he was. Chief of Trash. I did not mean to say that. Chief of staff. Well, I really did not mean to say that. Is arguing that the demand for his cooperation with Congress is overly broad and duly burdensome. Listen here. So that means I can sue for the burden of 4 years of my life. Let me go to the federal court and say, I'm suing just to get my peace of mind back. I couldn't sleep for 4 years, worried about my black husband, my black son, my black brother-in-laws, my black nephews, my black male friends. Just the trauma. Can I sue? Because y'all been burdensome and you're still burdensome. Let's just call it what it is. Y'all burdensome for real. Yeah. So that's what's happening. Yeah. And then they can't decide about the debt ceiling and all this got to be settled this week. So we're going to have to just wait and see how it all comes out. Now, remember, I told you yesterday they need 10 GOP to even have the debate. So here we are again voting on that. Pastor Antoinette said, say that we need a class action. We do. We need something to say, no, this is what it feels like. So, that's happening. All right, y'all. I don't know what's the big deal about this, but hey, if you going, have fun. Boom. Yeah, Michael Strahan's going to space on Blue Origin. He's going, they lift off today, right about, I think it's 10 Central Time. So that's happening. He's excited about that. Boom, he's back. There he is. He returns. NBC is reporting that Tiger Woods has ended the suspense. He is making his competitive return to golf later this month, although he's saying he's not going to make this his full-time career anymore. So I don't know what that means. Anyway, Woods committed Wednesday to next week's PNC Championship, where he will tee up with his son, Charlie, for the second straight year, December 18th and 19th at the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club in Orlando, Florida. The 36-hole two-man scramble event will mark Woods' first tournament of any kind since last year's PNC Championship and comes less than 10 months after Woods suffered major injuries to his right leg in a single-car accident on February the 24th near Los Angeles. So there's that. So I think it's going to be kind of cool just to see father and son do this together, right? All right, y'all, the Great Resignation continues. Woo! I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. So y'all, hospitality, food, retail, arts, and entertainment and recreation continues to see high rates of workers quitting. What? I'm sorry to laugh, but people are just deciding to come in. Their boss tells them to do something. They're saying, well, where's so-and-so who's supposed to be on this job? And they're like, well, they called off sick. And the people will say, well, I'm leaving too, and they leave. So when we go to places, we have to be patient because people are walking off in the middle of their shift. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm gone. Like, I'm just out. Peace, two fingers, see you later. Not coming back. That is happening, y'all. That's happening. According to CNBC, the pandemic has seen quits surge. This is their writing. I'm only repeating it to what had been high records. Even though October declined, remember in September was 4.4, October declined to 4.2 million. The level was still 24% above where it was a year ago. So they're just like, I'm out. Yeah. Mike says, no, I ain't being patient. Come on. Yeah, Kim Deuces. They're like, we're out. I'm just like, what do you do? What do you do? It's just crazy. But here's my thing, though. People are shopping. How are they doing these things? What is happening? Yeah. Kimberly says, now's the time to apply for jobs and get higher pay. Now, I do believe that this Great Resignation is forcing higher minimum wage, higher hourly wage, benefits, school tuition paid, and so forth. I went past the Panera in Dublin here in Central Ohio, and it said a $5,000 signing bonus. I almost went, let me turn in here and see what they're talking about. I can put together some sandwiches. Can y'all imagine me on the microphone at a Panera talking to people? Like, hey, what's up, y'all? Go ahead and put together on that ciabatta bread, some cheese, some eggs, some bacon, put some spinach on it and some salt and pepper and give them something to drink. Can you imagine me doing that? I can see myself doing it. I could have some fun. They would probably fire me. It probably worked the other way. All right, y'all, get this. Oh, I'm so glad I got Pfizer. Let me just tell you, y'all, Pfizer can handle Omicron. Yeah, they can. Yep. Omicron. Pfizer can handle it. CDC reports that Pfizer and its vaccine partner BioNTech released preliminary data yesterday that showed booster shots come as advertised. They increased the level of the Omicron fighting antibodies by 25 times when compared to the two-shot regimen. Hello, somebody. Bam, inoculate me again if you have to. Now, the disclaimer, here's a disclaimer. These results haven't received the peer review stamp yet. But, the chief of the CDC, Winoski, she's like, yes, all right. Still, y'all, this is great news. Here, it's great news. Now, earlier observations of Omicron sparked concern that existing vaccines wouldn't be able to neutralize the variant at all. They lied to us. Boom, Pfizer inoculation. They saying, come on, bring it on. I really don't want you to bring it on. I don't want none of it. But anyway, in cases more protection is needed, Pfizer and BioNTech, here we go again. Here we go. Just say you heard it right here first on News and Motion, are working on an Omicron specific booster that will be available March 2022. Y'all gonna stop this every 3, 4 months, 5 months. I can't take it. No. Find a shot, find a vaccine, and make it part of the flu shot. And that's it. We call it what it is. Let me see what y'all saying. Your line would be long, but nobody will leave. You talking about at Panera? I would. Gail would be like, to me, it's true. Hey, girl, the line would be around the block. Can y'all imagine that? Now, I couldn't do Starbucks, no, because I would be like, I only know one drink. You're gonna get a soy chai with no water, no foam. That's all I know there. Or the caramel brulee latte with almond milk or soy milk. That's all I know there. Y'all be talking about y'all want a frappuccino. I'd be like, frap, what? I wouldn't be able to work there. But give me a line where I can talk to people. We would have a blast. People would be like, who is this person at this Panera or wherever I'm at? I'm like, come on in, come on in. They would have to give me a 5,000 bonus every month, because I would be bringing them the people. I really believe that. Y'all are cracking me up. Okay, y'all, let me show y'all one of these videos from the CDC. Let me see which one I'm going to pull out of here, but let's get this started. I picked that video because seeing Demia yesterday. So Demia, that video is for you. Every time I see that video and hear that song, I think of the movie The Harder They Fall. I really do. Gail would get the name wrong. Welcome to Starbucks Panera. Y'all know. I really would. I would be jacking us and cracking up at the whole time. They wouldn't even fire me because they'd be laughing at me too. So there you have it. All right, y'all, let's just get a little bit of life look in here. This worksheet that I've shared. I think I shared this last year. I want to share it again as we're ending the year. Y'all, I want you to take a moment and pause and look back over 2021. Just look over it. See what's happening. Look over 2021. Ask yourself, well, what went well? What did not go so well? What do I need to change? What are some things that I'm passionate about that I want to be more focused on? Take a look at that to really see. Here's a few things you can do. I call it the strategic mapping. John says, you and Demia working together at the fast food would be so interesting. They would need security. Listen, now we joking around, but we could probably bring life to some people. Let's talk about that. We could probably bring some life to some people. They would drive just to say, let me get just a shot of hope. They would, and they would come. We would have the whole place laughing. No, if you came in a bad mood, you would leave like, I don't know who they are, but I'm going to come back here again because they made my day. And then Mike said they would need security to escort them out. Y'all, come on, y'all, be nice, be nice. I think that's what's lost in America or in the world today. Laughter. fun, cutting up, having a good time, all of that. That's what's needed today. Yeah. It says we already have to keep them separate. Now, see, there you go, Kenny Stanley. There you go. Y'all see where we're going. This is how we're going to end the year on News and Motion. We're having a good time. And we'll be back next week. We'll be back next week having some fun. But then after next week, yeah, now that's a business right there. We could do a pop-up shop in the middle of Polaris Mall or Easton, or we can travel, or all of the ambassadors, News and Motion ambassadors can go do that. Can y'all imagine that? That would be amazing. Yeah. Riakas. Laughter is so lost. You're right. It's lost. So y'all got me going somewhere else. Laughter is key. It really is key, y'all. We got to laugh some more. All right, y'all, come on if you want to work on yourself. We got to laugh too. Let's work on ourselves too. All right, y'all, but just pause for a moment, and you can do this later, but write down 5 things that you know must go. 5 things. All of us have 5. Must go. You got to write down 5 things that you know must go. And I'm getting a notice, y'all. Hold on. See, they keep me together. I don't know what I'm going to do when they're all gone. I just don't know what I'm going to do when they're all gone. Hold on, y'all. I got to show y'all this other video because we have to show so many videos a week. Y'all know. So, and I just went, so I'm picking one to show. They're keeping me. I'm going to miss them, but we're looking for some people to come join us. But it's the end of the week for News and Motion, so I have to show another video. So just pause a moment. I'll be right back.
COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective at protecting you from COVID-19, especially severe illness and death. Vaccinated people are far less likely to be hospitalized or die because of COVID-19, including the Delta variant. COVID-19 has a much harder time spreading in a vaccinated population. When more people are vaccinated, we are all better protected against COVID-19. Even if you're young and healthy, it's still important to get vaccinated. Vaccines can help end this pandemic. To get the most protection, make sure you get all recommended doses of a COVID-19 vaccine. Getting vaccinated helps protect you and others from COVID-19.
All right, so we've done our duty. That's from the CDC. If you have any questions, be sure to contact your physician or go to cdc.gov and get more information. There's tons of information there about COVID-19. Make sure you're doing what's best for you, your body, and how you move forward, you and your family. But make sure you are always washing your hands, practicing social distancing, and wearing your mask. Masks have been known to help let me give you the number, 89% of the time. So make sure you do those things, okay? All right, let's get back to the workshop. All right, Diane said I can give you 5 names and they must go. Yep. So listen, I said things, not people. You're right, Mike Nicholson. So pause and just write down. Look and say, okay, what was working for me? What wasn't working? And write down. All of us have 5 things that must go. It's like, this is not working. This must go. Like I'm a risk taker and I try different things and I do different things. Already, I know in the past 60 days, 5 things that need to go. So if I even go back to the first of the year, I probably got 20 things that need to go. And the other thing I've learned this year, that I have to stay focused on what's working. If y'all notice, when we came back on September the 10th, September the 8th, I tried something. That didn't work. That didn't work. So we got rid of it. I was like, y'all cannot keep me from calling out people. That ain't going to work. So I had to bring that back because that was a part of the brand of News in Motion. As y'all called it, Romper Room. So I had to bring that back. So I had to look and see, okay, what are 5 things that must go? What does that look like? When we were trying to do interviews, like we started out saying we were going to do interviews once or twice a week. That was okay. But then when I started trying to do them every day, that wasn't working. So that had to go. So be honest with yourself and see what has to go. I know that Demia and I and Kim Edmondson and Demia's sister were together. I think it was back in September, October, and we were having just a rap session, a talk session. And Demia shared some things and she imparted some things into my life. And those things I have now implemented, and I'm seeing a change. I'm seeing a difference. I'm learning to tell people when people are contacting me saying, hey, we saw what you did with the COVID vaccines. We want you to do this with this vaccine or that vaccine. And I'm like, okay, well, let me pitch you the proposal and we'll see what we're going to talk about. I have now changed that narrative. It's like, no, this here, you're not going to use this as your free platform. That ain't going to happen no more. No, because of what we're doing and what we're producing, we have to pull that forward. So thanks to Demia for, like, she really did kind of like whip me up, like, look in here, girl, this is how you got to do it. And I think somebody said this on the thread yesterday. I can't remember. I was going through some of it, or maybe my daughter was telling me. But the other thing is this, y'all. You have to pay for the investment. You know, when you sow into your life, you will also reap into your life. Seriously. So don't be afraid to sow. Don't be afraid to give and to receive. Now, when I say give, just like now, you're getting this information. Now receive it and then implement it. Do something with it. If you go through this thread, because I know sometimes you're not catching all the comments in the thread. When we go back through and see, there's some serious nuggets in this thread. So even those of you who are listening by audio, make sure you come to the Facebook thread where you'll see it all. LinkedIn, you're getting half the chat, but remember, if you put a chat in there and we respond to you, you become a part of the chat. The same thing with Facebook. You're getting a lot of nuggets in here. When I go through a list in a few moments, I didn't realize what time it was. When I go through this one list in a few moments, there are people on here who can help you. I think Karen's on here. I know Diane Ladybug's on here. I don't know if Nikki's on here. I know Lori's on here. There's other people on here who will be able to help you. Demia says consultants are hired to be the answer. My pressure to never fail is exhausting. That is so true. That is so true. So write down those 5 things that must go. And after you write down, there should be a releasing. If we want to get spiritual about it, there should be a releasing to that. Then next, write down those things you want to accomplish. And when I say want to accomplish, what do you want to accomplish in the first quarter? Then take that first quarter and look at your first 30 days, then the 60 days and the 90 days. Build on it. Don't become so overwhelmed by putting something on there that it becomes too much for you and it falls apart. Now you may even feel a little bit anxious about that. There's some things that I'm tackling, and I shared a little bit about this with you on Monday, and I'm being very careful because I have trolls on here, people trying to implement things that I share, and it doesn't work because God didn't give them the vision. But anyway, they can borrow it, whatever, because God gave it to me, and I'll probably give it away anyway. But here's the truth of this, y'all. I know where God is directing me with news and motion is a bit scary going into 2022. But I've decided to say yes to that. So I've been writing those things down. I've been having certain meetings. I had a meeting yesterday that was mind-blowing. It was at 12:30 yesterday. I just sat there on the far end of the conference table, and I'm like, you trust me to do that? And I didn't say that verbally, but in my mind. And when you're on this is why I like social distancing in a meeting. Nobody can see what you're writing down. And I was writing things on my my iPad saying, really? And here's the truth. I was also dealing with imposter syndrome. Like, I can do that? Like, you believe I can do that? And I was circling things. And then I started writing down scriptures. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And I started writing those larger on the paper as they were having a conversation with me. So you're going to step into things that you're going to think that you can't do. But because somebody called you, could be not somebody, because God called you to it, you'll be able to do it. So y'all just take the time. Look at your people. Yeah, I was talking about friends. I was coming here. I was going to let y'all have y'all's moment. Look at your people, family, friends, coworker, career, etc. Who's toxic and who's not? Who's building you up? Who's tearing you down? Who's lying on you? Who's speaking truth to you? Write those down. It's going to be a painful experience, but this is needed. Finances. To what degree are you overspending, debt, lack of saving, medical bills, etc.? Write those things down. Go back. If you're on Patreon, you still have the workshop, the webinar from Dr. Kim Carter on canceling debt, and from Kim Edmondson on wealth building. Again, our goal is Easter 2022 to become debt free. So even during this Christmas season, don't overspend. Too much time on social media? Are you pretending to be somebody on social media that you are not? So then you have to live up to when people see you out? That's happening. Low self-esteem. Are you dealing with people pleasing? Are you unable to say no? Are you just filling up a calendar with unnecessary activities that do not add to your life, not one bit? What are your relationships like? What is health like? School, career? Where do you want to pursue? What do you want to do? These are all things that right now, don't wait till you cross over 2022. Right now, start looking at these things. Truth, y'all. It's going to be painful. It's going to be painful. Now, here's some things that you need if you really want to do this. Now, I still am I want to hold and see things. So I go to the dollar store. I get one of those really big white poster boards. I get some markers and I get sticky notes. So those are the things that you will need. You might need some colored pencils, some crayons, some whatever. Now take 12 hours. Now, not 15 minutes, 12 hours and work on it. Now, you don't have to sit down for 12 straight hours to work on it. Like do maybe 2, 2, 2, and 2. That's only 6, but however you do that, to look at your poster board and say, okay, what's working, and begin to remove things, change things around. Speak life to yourself, not death. Now, if you're in Patreon, you probably received this last year. We're going to send this again this year so that you can have it. Okay, I like that. Yeah. Let me read this recommendation. Pull 3 people from different walks of life and ask them to frame you. That language helped me write my bio and professional narrative. That works. That works. I've done that method. That works. So make sure you're doing that. All right, y'all. I didn't realize the time. Let me go over this real quick. Things to do this Christmas holiday season, and this is by country living. This is by country. I'm like packing a whole lot in here on the day. Host an ice skating social or porch party. Serve hot butter rum with vanilla ice cream balls. Hello, somebody. Make your own garland, popcorn garland, dried fruit garland, garland made out of mittens. Have snow, build a snowman with all the dressings. Don't just put the snowballs together. Put the scarf, the hat, the nose, the eyes, all of those things. Enjoy a gathering and cross-stitch something for elderly or a friend. Build a non-tree tree. Holiday photos, family photos, etc. Build a tree on the wall. Go on a winter scavenger hunt, collect items and repurpose them as holiday decorations. Front door fun. I thought this is pretty cool. I kind of like put my own slant to it. Get your neighbors involved and hang stockings on the front door or the banister to fill each night leading up to Christmas. Maybe begin on Monday, December the 20th, and put things in there so when the kids wake up in the morning or the adults, they have something in their stocking. I think that's just cool. And I added that part, so give me credit for that. Decorate a tabletop tree. Hold a neighborhood cookie swap. Be careful today. Just be careful. Have Christmas mantle decorations challenge with friends or family. Do a Dollar Tree gift exchange. We did that a couple years back with my family. We said you can only spend $1. You had to go and I don't know how many family members we have. I think it was 35 of us then. And we bought things, and then we explained why we bought what we purchased for them. So $35. If you have 35 people, you have 5 people, you're talking $5. But do that. It's really fun to do that. It really is. The Dollar Tree is the whip. And now it's $1.25, I think, for a lot of stuff now. Do a dessert test tasting with friends and family. Read bedtime stories virtually with children in the hospital while you're sitting by your Christmas tree. I thought that one was really cool. Decorate each room and area of your home. Make your own Christmas centerpiece. Start a holiday-inspired collection. Display all of your Christmas cards. Can I please get some Christmas cards? I haven't received one. What is up with that? I love Christmas cards. Have a family slumber party. We did that several years ago. My brother and sister, if they're still on here. It was New Year's Eve. And we watched movies and we had our pajamas on and we ordered pizza. We just had a blast. It was so much fun. Just do that. Decorate a gingerbread house. Make your own Christmas cards. Make hot cocoa on the stove. Stop microwaving everything. Make a tree, a gift-giving tree. I came up with this one too. Whoever stops by, choose an ornament that is addressed to a family in need. Then that person drops off the gifts listed on the ornament without ringing the bell. So something just fun. All right, y'all, the state of drinking. Americans have responded to the stress by the pandemic by drinking more and more and more. And binge drinking is up among older men, but not women, because we're going to be sophisticated with our drinks. What are they drinking? Tequila. Yeah, the spirit is coming for vodka, top spot with the booze world, according to new data by Drizzy. The alcohol e-commerce site just released its third annual nationwide survey compiled from more than 500 alcohol retailers during the month of November, along with year-end sales. This is what the report said. Hello, somebody. The big takeaway from the report, 2022 might be the year of tequila. Hello, somebody. Nearly 80% of retailers who responded say they plan to carry more tequila next year, on par with bourbon and 40 points ahead of vodka. Hello, somebody. Listen, this mirror sales trends on Drizzly, where tequila's share of spirit sales has grown, say that real fast, by 13% over the past few years, while vodka shares have declined by 2%. So hello, tequila. And with that said, only Gail Dudley would do something like this. With that said, boom, our holiday mimosa for today, the tequila sunrise mimosa. Hello, somebody. Ingredients: orange wedges for rim and garnish, sugar for rim and glass. You need 2 ounces of tequila, excuse me, a bottle of champagne. There's nothing about virgin with this, y'all. So just forget all about virgin with this. You need a half a cup of orange juice, a few splashes of this, that, and the other. Put it in there, some grenadine as well. Directions: you're going to rim glasses with orange wedge and dip in sugar. Y'all, don't those look good? You're going to dip that thing in sugar. Each flute, you're going to pour 1 ounce of tequila. Yeah. You're going to pour 1 ounce of tequila and top off half with the champagne. Hello, somebody. Look, if nothing more, now I want y'all to drink responsibly. Okay, hold on. Let me finish this up. Then you're going to top it off with orange juice and a splash of grenadine, garnish with the orange wedge to serve. All right, y'all, that's what you have. Now, is Gail pushing drinking? No. Where I'm giving you holiday mimosas. I love mimosas. So drink responsibly. Now, the others, I've given you a virgin way of making it, but you can't make a tequila and it be virgin. You can't do that. So look, just make sure you are drinking responsibly. Okay. John Gore said, or add Jack. There you go. Mike says, Gail and no Mary Mother of Jesus. Yeah, you gotta have fun. You gotta have fun. All right, y'all, here's the inspirational message, and we're out of here. And that is lean into Jesus. Really. Now, again, y'all probably like, she done went from tequila to Jesus. He turned water into wine. He saved the best for last. Okay. So we wrapping up. We got next week. You'll see us next Monday through Thursday, and then we out for 2 weeks. But listen, so today I'm talking about tequila, and yes, I came back with an inspirational message behind that. Okay, so lean into Jesus. What is he calling you to do, y'all? What is he? I want everybody who's listening, whether audio or watching live, I want you to do one thing for me. I want you to find one person that you trust, and you say to them, listen, I'm being vulnerable. I'm trusting you. I've leaned into Jesus. He's given me your face, your name. He's impressed upon my heart to reach out to you. Now, these are my goals for 2022. Will you be my accountability partner? Everybody on here should find somebody to hook up with. When I say that may not be the right wording, to contact, not to hook up with, to contact and say, I want to reach these goals. And I want you to be my accountability partner. Will you check in with me once a month, even if it's a text message to say, all right, what did you accomplish this month? Where are you at? How may I pray for you? Y'all, that's how we lean in. Now, you know, Jesus can do it all by himself. Yes, he can. But I believe in this season that we're going into, y'all know right now we're in miracle season, but in the season I believe we're going to have to lean on and connect with someone else. Y'all, we got to stop all of this. Now we got metaverse. So in the moment, we ain't got to talk to each other. We ain't got to see each other. We don't do anything. We're going to squash that. We're not going to let the enemy win on that. Now, technology is cool, but we cannot get to the place where we put technology over personal relationships with one another, where we're touching, where we're seeing, where we're hugging, where we're speaking to one another. Now, even yesterday, I told them, when y'all get to the funeral, don't be hugging on John and them and social distancing. I broke my own rule. I was like, John, and I hugged him and just prayed with him. I had my tears rolling. I don't know what he was doing. Then I went to Judy. Then I went to his sister Karen. Then I went to her husband. I went to the children because these are all my peeps. I was like, oh my God, I want to just hug you. So I broke my own rules. But I knew we all was inoculated, though, including the baby. So we were cool. But listen, it's time for us to lean into God. And it's time for us to really see what God is calling us to do in this season. Find yourself an accountability partner just to check in. Y'all. Seriously, it's time for us to start trusting people again. But here's the other part of it. We have to give people a reason for them to trust us, which means we got to zip it. We can't go share. Well, she working on this or he's working on this and they don't know what they're doing. That's not the conversation. You shouldn't even be relaying anything that somebody else spoke to you about with somebody else. If you have a question or a concern, go to them or go to Jesus himself. Yeah, really. Real quick, I'm sorry. I know I'm going a little over, but let me go here. I'm going back to that scripture where we always asking God to heal the land. But he says, if my people who are called by my name, first of all, we got to be called by his name, will humble themselves and seek my face. Humble. Y'all, it's time for us to humble ourselves. And then we have to seek his face. The analogy that keeps coming to me, this is what was happening to me last night, was that when we're looking for things in the house and we're like, I know I put that there. We need to be looking and seeking for God's face, just like we'd be looking for something that we lost. We'd be looking for our glasses. They're on top of our heads. I know I just called half of y'all out. Just like that, we need to be seeking Jesus' face like that. If my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways. Hello, somebody. What's wicked? Your lying tongue is wicked. Your gossiping tongue is wicked. Your fornication is wicked. Your adultery is wicked. Your backstabbing acts are wicked. Your manipulation is wicked. And by the way, manipulation is a form of witchcraft, and that's all wicked. Turn from, if you will seek my face, turn from your wicked ways, and then I will hear from heaven and heal the land. There are some things we have to do first. Yeah, I know some of y'all just got jacked up when I went down that list, but these things are wicked. We need to identify what our wicked ways are. Our wickedness is selfishness. Our wickedness is not wanting to be obedient to God when he calls us to do things. All of those things are wicked. Sneaking to do things, wicked. Greed, wicked. Obesity, hello, somebody. Wicked. Things that we eat and do. See, we want to make everything so sweet and nice. But I'm going to call it out today because it's time for us to go to the next level. And we can't keep pity-pattying around. We got to get to the business at hand. All right, y'all. Until Monday, I am your host, Gail Dudley. This has been your News in Motion. Y'all, next week, we're going to party. I can't tell you how much we're going to party because after next week, we'll be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And next week, I think that's the 16th is our last day. And then we will not be back until January the 3rd. We will not have any encore presentations. We will not have any pre-recorded. We're not going to have anything. You're not going to get anything from me on Patreon. I'm going to be hanging with my daughter. We're going to have a good time. So pray for us. Pray that our COVID test comes back negative. Like for real. Pray they come back. We got to get like, I don't know how many of these things. Pray that we can get back into the States once we leave. Pray for all of that. Yeah, if y'all would do that for us, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, y'all, until Monday, y'all, you know what to do. Wear your mask, practice social distancing, and wash your hands. And remember, make some bold moves. I'll see you Monday.